I want to talk about it because of COVID. We do a lot more, which we did not do a lot before, video conferencing.
We do a lot.
And it has been successful because we have situations that one of our accounts, like SV Microwave, the buyer actually moved to Missouri. So I had called him to make an appointment with him. He's like, well, I'd love to, but I'm in Missouri now. So
Kind of hard to visit.
kind of hard to visit Missouri. It's a long drive. So we did a video conference, and we used Microsoft Teams because Microsoft Teams is Department of Defense approved. Some of the other ones, like I won't mention their names, but some of them had ties to China, for example, and Teams don't. So we like to use Microsoft Teams.
You prefer that?
Yeah, it's been very successful with that. So we've been doing it. We have a customer in Costa Rica. We just recently did it with a new buyer in Costa Rica. That was really good. She was very happy with it. We were very happy with it. The principal was very happy with it. So we've been doing these with L3 Harris, for example. We've had video conferences and presentations, which has worked out very well. We've done it with purchasing. We've done it at Honeywell. We've done it at Lockheed Martin. We do it individual buyers, individual engineers. So it's been very successful. And the principals have liked it too because they want to feel connected because the regionals can't travel, so they want to feel connected. It's a great way to make everybody feel connected.
Yes, it is.
Inside people like it too because they work for years with people, don't even know what the heck they look like, and now they can actually meet them, so they feel more of a connection.
Yes.
And it also gives the customer more of a connection, the same way a visit does, being on the video conferencing. So that has something that has really changed the business. And we see ourselves using that more, even with the fact that we can start to visit customers again, coming up now.
Yes.
We think that's very good, and I think that's going to continue with us, particularly with someone like in Costa Rica or
Yes.
or for example, this guy in Missouri. We have others that are in Tampa area. We have some up north. So it's been good. It's also been good with some of our principals. We've been doing quarterly meetings, for example, business reviews, et cetera, on video conferencing. So that's good because they get to see us, because we have not met them. They have not met us because of COVID. So this works out good. And they get an idea what our personalities are, what we look like, and how we talk, and they get more of a real-time experience than just on the phone.
Yes, it is.
Works out very good.
Also, during the time of COVID, the thing that helped us tremendously was relationships. We were
Yes.
able to have breakfasts, lunch, and
even dinners.
Dinners too. I was up in Fort Walton Beach in February, and a gentleman said, "Terry, would you be available for dinner?" An engineer, senior principal staff guy, and those things mean a lot because we've already put the time in for years working with these people, and now they're honoring us with their time, and also it's a social, a little bit of social, but it's also business too. So I think that's also what's helped us tremendously during COVID was just having these, able to get these meetings that many people couldn't get. Because we all know it's so difficult today to reach people via phone and email, but we were able to text people because we have their personal cell phones. And they understand we're not going to just text them and say, how's the weather, but it's something that we want to share with them, and they typically get back to us. Also, prior to COVID, because of some of our long-term relationships, we were able to participate in some of the strategic supplier symposiums held at L3 Harris and Lockheed. And that's only open to, I don't know the number, but it's the top accounts that they do business with, that they believe are strategic to their success. We've been invited to that with our principals, and that took years of hard work. But to be invited with something like that, and the information that we were able to obtain is tremendous. I don't think most reps can say that they've been invited to those type of symposiums because it's usually it's geared towards their top end suppliers. But because they have seen us there so many years supporting that business, they consider us as a supplier, and we're actually your rep.
For the last 2 years, many major distributors laid off people.
Yes.
Several rep firms laid off people. We actually hired a person. I think
Yes, we did.
I think it's because of our relationships with people, particularly at some of these in the military accounts. But that's also part of our focus. They know if they're going to need RF and microwave products and avionic products and connectors and stack caps, military and space products, they know who to come to, so they come to us. Many rep firms are all over the map at what they do. They might do some RF, but they're also doing cases, so we don't do that. We want to do just RF, microwave, military connectors, etc. We say it often, but we're laser focused on that, and it has been very successful for us. And we continue to do that, and I continue to do that very successfully. So as COVID goes away, which it never probably will completely, they're opening up, and we're starting to get back into more of a normal routine, seeing customers actually at the plant, which is what you want to do, because that's when you're sitting there talking to the person and you're saying to the engineer, well, we're working on this cap, this military capacitor, but what about this space product we have? You're interested in this? Or a printed circuit board, a multi-layer board, 22 layers, 25 layers. And they say, oh yeah, I actually need that. Here's the guy you got to talk to. So we find out and we follow up with those people until we get the information we need. And we also have a very friendly approach to people.
Yeah.
We don't make them crazy. You don't want to make engineers crazy. We're very nice. We get what they want. We're very responsive. We meet them. We have fun with them. We talk about things. We don't badger them. And after every meeting we have, we do a detailed visit report with all the information, all the specifics. So the same information that we got from that engineering meeting at L3 Harris or at Lockheed Martin or at Honeywell, you have now too. We don't hide information. Information is success. We all have the information.
Yes, we do.
We're all going to be successful, and we want everyone to be successful. We don't want to hide things. We don't want to keep things under the carpet. I don't want to give you that contact because it's my contact.
Nope.
We tell you who it is. And as a result, most of our lines we've had for more than 10 years.
Yes.
We don't lose many lines. We lose it when they get bought out. We have these smaller companies that we like a lot, and they get bought out by a bigger company.
Yes.
And the first thing they do is get rid of all the reps because they want to bring the
capitalists.
income up. The venture capital, VC firms. They buy a lot of companies these days. So something we're not fond of seeing, but it happens. And we're not afraid to take on a line that has maybe $2 or $3 million in sales. If it's something very specific to our market and we can sell it,
makes sense.
It makes sense for us. We can also help principals a lot, some of these bigger accounts, on who their corporate people are.
That's a big one. That's key.
They have corporate locations and corporate folks for cables, assemblies, military connectors, and we know who they are. And the one for L3 Harris, which we speak of a lot because they're so big in Florida, there's a large account in Florida now, is in Rochester, New York. But we know who she is because she used to live down here.
She used to live here.
Yeah, so we deal with her a lot. We have a direct access to her.
Yes.
And we turned on our computer, some of our principals to them to go see her and talk to her, because that'll help a great deal. Also, you'd be surprised to know if you go to an L3 Harris website, there's a supplier page. If you want to be a supplier, you can fill out the page. And some of our lines have been successful doing that.
Yes.
So little things like that, you'd be surprised. You'd be really surprised.